playing a guy that beat me really bad last time. And we're doing this mini tennis warm-up. It's the club championships. It's like the Masters. So last time I played him 8-1, he's a target guy. I've decided I'm not going to go to net. I'm going to slice, take speed off the ball, and I'm going to play his forehand high and low. He really likes his backhand. This mini tennis warm-up, it gives me a really good feel for the ball, and I normally don't like doing it, but when it's a serious match, I like to do it. And since there's no referee, I'm going to warm up very, very well. It'll be more than 5 minutes. A couple of tips, right, when you're warming up with someone, and this is the whole purpose. Look at the physique. Small guy, he's not going to go all in with his weight transfer. He's a lead. He's going to need pace to generate pace. If they're a big guy, they can arm it. They can do a lot of things, right? He has 2 hands, but he goes 1 hand for a slice. And you can see this. You'll see it when he goes to the slice, okay? And you got to know stuff like this, right? Watch what happens when he gets a slice. Well, when it comes up. Anyway, so look at the physique of the player. Look at how they transfer weight. If they generate pace, there it is. The high prep for slice right there. As soon as the hand goes up like that, it's going to be a slice. When he hits 2 hands, the hands go down. And you got to catch things like this, because if you approach and you go to a slice, it's a different kind of ball than if he hits 2 hands. Okay? Now, when you want to know what they like, hit the ball to them in the middle and see which way they break. They break to their backhand, they like their backhand. And look at the forehand, there's a lot of arm action going there. There's not much shoulder rotation. So therefore, his forehand is not going to be as good as backhand. Okay? So it's a bit of a chicken wing forehand, there's no rotation, so you know that's going to be the weaker side. When they have a solid rotation, as the time goes on, that shot is more consistent than the shot that's just arming. Like my forehand. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is when you're looking at their physique and you're doing the warm-up, you try to give them balls in different zones to see what they can do. Okay, I've changed my plan. I'm going to try to do different things. So now I have to establish these different shots. I need my forehand loop, I need a drive, I need a backhand loop and a drive. In every rally, you want to hit about 8% and put the ball back deep and high. Okay, if you're an aggressive baseline, you can do different things. Break the person to zone, shoulders and above, shoulders to hip, hip to knee, knee and down. No one hits well in those 4 zones, especially if you have a semi-western forehand and western forehand, you don't like low balls. If you have a twin backhand, you don't like high balls. But normally when the ball goes to the backhand, they'll hit a slice. High forehand, depending on what grip you have. Okay, so try to categorize what shots they like in the different zones during the warm-up. And really observe. Now, I'm observing my opponent when I hit to him, right? And that's a very solid down the line drive. Okay, and you know, okay, that shot's better than his cross court because he's not hitting any cross courts to me, right? Slice floats a little bit. You gotta notice these things. Backhand drive is not bad. He can swing volley off of it. But look, I hit the high loop, you get a short ball. Watch what shots come back to you. Watch what shots he's gonna hit off certain shots, and see how well he reacts to different balls. Okay. And make sure your shots are working. Tennis is a funny game because each day is different, so you have to make sure you know what's in your toolbox that day and formulate a game plan so you can win even though you're not playing very well. Okay. Connors once said, some days I play good, some days I play great, and that's very true. You know, generally speaking, you're going to have a level of play to a certain extent that's fairly consistent. My level of play fluctuates based on the day. A lot of my shots rely on my conditioning and my footwork. And so when my feet are bad, I'm tired, I'm going to have really bad footwork. And then I'll go to a hot weather game. My hot weather game is all slicing because it's very easy for me to slice. My hot weather game is to basically conserve energy and move the ball around the court. Because my hot weather game, I'm assuming that it's so hot it affects my opponent also. When they come to net, try to see where they like to volley. If they have good forehand volley, good backhand volley, see what they like to do, okay? The key here is always going to be, what do they do with certain balls? What do they do with certain balls? And if they don't come to net to volley in the warm-up, that means they don't volley very well. Whenever someone comes to the net, I try to put the ball backhand, forehand, I put high and low. I try to get the ball below the level of the net. I try to hit slices. I try to hit drives. I try to hit big spin. I want to see how they react to certain balls, okay? And I want to see how well they volley, right? When you see someone dump a backhand into the net like that, you think to yourself, wow, that's interesting. Great backhand from the baseline, so backhand at the net. See how well they move to the overhead too. Do they move back to the overhead very well? Can they move right to left right to the overhead, left to the overhead. And really, you know, the key to warm up is to analyze your opponent and take mental notes so that when they play and they come to a certain situation, you know where to go. Generally speaking, most people don't have a good forehand volley. Most people don't have a good high backhand volley. On the overheads, put it right there for them in the warm up, but try to make them move a little bit. See what he's gonna do. You put the ball to his backhand, see what he's gonna do. When I come to net, what I try to do is I try to put the ball deep to their backhand, deep to their forehand, short to their backhand, short to their forehand. I want to see how well they handle the ball. I want to hit the ball controlled, and I want to see how well they control the ball back to me. I want them to hit a lob to me off my overhead, and I want to see how well they lob. Some people just can't lob. And when they can't lob in the warm-up, they're not going to be able to lob in the match. So you know when you come to net, you don't have to worry about lobs. Okay? He likes to hit. I played him before. He doesn't like to hit lobs. Generally speaking, the younger guys don't like to hit lobs. And so that makes life a lot easier. Okay? When you're hitting your overhead, I use my overhead warm-up to warm up my serve. And the big key for me of that is I just make sure I do everything. I do try throwing the lefty overhead just for kicks and giggles, just to show them I have it. But I never use it in the match. Very rarely do I use the lefty overhead. Okay? I'm just going back deep. I don't worry about putting the ball forehand, backhand, and whatever. I just hit right to them because I know I have good overhead. When I serve, I try to serve middle, wide, body. I'm just goofing around now. No. But I serve middle, I serve wide, I serve body. I serve middle, I serve wide, I serve body. When they're serving to me, I try to get a rhythm of what they're serving. I try to read the toss and see where the ball is going. Watch him, watch him. What is he doing his serve? What is he doing his serve? So as he tosses the ball, I think, is this forehand or backhand? Is this forehand or backhand? Forehand. See, and that's what I try to do. I try to read it as they toss the ball to me. Read it as they toss the ball to me. Okay? Another thing, too, sometimes they can't move the ball around. Sometimes they can only serve wide. You know? And you got to try to read, does he only serve wide? Does he only serve wide? Does he hit spin or flat? I try to mask my serve as much as possible. He's played me before, so he knows. But I normally just try to serve these slow spin serves, because I have a good serve. So I'm trying to show them that I don't have a good serve. You would think a person of my height would not have a good serve. I do move the ball around in the warm-up, but I don't hit big. So the key is going to be for me always to move the ball around, to read his serve, try to get a rhythm. I don't normally hit returns in the warm-up. I just stop the ball. Some people like to hit returns, but that's really annoying. If you hit the return, at least hit the ball back to me. Some people don't like to hit the ball back to me when they hit the returns. It's just so annoying. But if you're going to return my serve, I'm not going to give you the ball to serve. Okay, that's normally the etiquette. So what we talked about, look at the physique of the player you're hitting with. Watch his grips. Break him into the 4 zones. Shoulders above, shoulders, hips, knees, feet. How does he handle the high ball, low ball? How does he handle left and right? Where's his favorite shot? Down the line, cross court. When it comes to net to volley, what side's stronger, what side's weaker? When he moves the overhead, does he move well to his right and left? Move back really well. Okay, and log all these things. When he serves, try to read the toss and watch the impact point and see if you know where the serve is going. These are the things you think about in the warm-up. And I'd like to dedicate this video to Howard Krantz, who has been my biggest fan and who prompted me to make these voiceover videos again. So thank you, Howard. I hope you have a great day.